actually play by the rules, the people that are actually the foundation of civic society, what Edmund Burke called the little platoons, the people in the Lions Club and go to church and build the churches and do the the scouts and coach the Little League. What Jim Vanderhey was sitting there going the other day, all those institutions are crazy. Well, dude, it's you. You're a running dog for the corporatists. Don't take it from me. Go to Axios. Just go to Axios. Look at their advertisers. You're the running dog, Vanderhey and Allen. You're the running dog for the corporatist. And you're trying to sit there. Yeah, the MAGA didn't tear those institutions down. Look what you're doing right here. The central business model of the illegitimate regime, and only an illegitimate regime that stole an election would do this to the country. No duly elected individual or team that loved this country, that was elected by the people of this country with 74 million votes would never do this. Because in La Jolla, Texas, you see exactly what's going on. Now to the point that they're so arrogant, that cartels are arrogant because they can be arrogant. Nobody's going to push back on them. You know why? Half the folks in Mexico in positions of power in business with them. And the 7 families that run Mexico, you want to talk truth to power? And a lot of these are, so religious Roman Catholics. They're in on it. 100% they're in on it. And making more money than ever. And thinking, hey, we're sending our problems up to El Norte. Let the Americans deal with it. The fix is in. Do you want to see how the fix is in? Just look at La Jolla, Texas. That's a hard scrabble existence because you're under siege by everything. And the system's under siege. In Washington, D.C., they got to get the ability to wiretap you. They got to get the ability. And remember, we're the neo-fascists. We support a guy who wants to be dictator. Well, why if we're neo-fascists and dictator, why in the hell are we fighting to take powers away from the government? Particularly powers that intrude into the citizens' ability to be free and to have the blessings of liberty. Why is that? This system is corrupt from its top to its bottom. And yes, this system must be overthrown. Yep. It's obvious. This can't be a constitutional republic. This is not what the revolutionary generation fought for. This is not what folks in the Civil War fought for. This is not what people hit the beach at Normandy for. This is not what they went to Guadalcanal for. This is not what they gave their life over Europe in the 8th Air Corps. This is not what they flew over the hump, as dangerous as it is to get supplies into our ally, Lao Beijing, the Chinese, that were taking the brunt of the Imperial Army. That's not what the men and women in World War II sacrificed for what this is today. This is not just, this is an affront. And if you're not enraged by it, if you're not sitting there going, this makes me sick, look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. And look, she's not perfect. Trump's not perfect. I'm far from perfect. Tucker Carlson's not perfect. Alex Jones is not perfect. Nobody we have up here, Chip Roy, none of them are very, very imperfect, and some more imperfect than others. And I will raise my hand for that. Maybe the most imperfect at all. But you know what? We're instruments, and we're not going to back down on this. You can't back down on it. How could you look the memory of your parents and your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and back to the beginning of this whole experiment? How could you do this? How could you look the other way? How could you go on with the way it is? We can't go on with the way it has to be taken down.